The Art of War by Sun Tzu stands as one of the most profound and enduring works on strategy ever written. Composed around the 5th to 4th century BCE during China's Warring States period, this concise treatise transcends its original military context to influence fields like business, politics, sports, and leadership. Imagine a quiet bamboo grove in ancient China, where a general philosopher named Sun Tzu observes not only armies clashing on dusty plains but also the deeper currents of human conflict. Ambition, fear, deception, morale, terrain, timing, and the fragile line between victory and ruin. Unlike many military texts that glorify heroic charges or brute force, Sun Tzu presents war as a grave necessity, a matter of national survival that should be avoided whenever possible. The highest form of mastery, he declares, is to subdue the enemy without fighting, to win by rendering battle unnecessary through superior foresight, positioning, and psychological insight. War, in Sun Tzu's eyes, is not chaos but an art form governed by calculable principles. Victory belongs not to the strongest army nor the largest force, but to the one that best understands reality, its own strengths and weaknesses, the enemies, the environment, and the intangible forces of morale and momentum. Deception becomes a core tool, not as dishonesty for its own sake, but as the deliberate shaping of perception. Speed, adaptability, indirect approaches, exploitation of weakness, conservation of resources, and deep intelligence gathering form the true weapons. The text radiates a cool, almost Taoist attachment. Flow like water around obstacles, strike like thunder where the enemy is unprepared, become formless so the opponent cannot predict you. Sun Tzu warns against prolonged campaigns that drain treasuries and break spirits, against attacking fortified cities out of pride, and against rigid adherence to rules when circumstances demand flexibility. Its 13 short chapters read like distilled wisdom from a lifetime of observation. Crisp maxims, metaphors drawn from nature, and pragmatic advice that feels surprisingly modern. This is why, over 2,400 years later, executives quote it in boardrooms, coaches study it for game strategy, and leaders turn to it when facing complex conflicts. Here is a structured walkthrough of the 13 chapters, blending key passages with explanations of the central ideas. Chapter 1, Laying Plans. War is vital to the state. Before any action, calculate 5 fundamental factors: moral law, heaven, earth, the commander, and method and discipline. Know the enemy and know yourself. In 100 battles you will never be in peril. Chapter 2, Waging War. Victory must come quickly. Prolonged war exhausts resources and dulls morale. There is no instance of a country having benefited from prolonged warfare. Speed and economy are essential. Chapter 3, Attack by Stratagem. Supreme excellence is breaking resistance without fighting. Next best is taking the enemy intact. To fight and conquer in all your battles is not supreme excellence. Supreme excellence consists in breaking the enemy's resistance without fighting. Chapter 4, Tactical Dispositions. The skillful warrior first makes himself invincible, then waits for the enemy's vulnerability. Defense hides strength. Attack exploits weakness. Chapter 5, Energy. Managing large forces is like managing few through organization and signals. Use direct and indirect methods in endless combination, like water flowing. Chapter 6, Weak Points and Strong. Appear where the enemy is not prepared. March swiftly where he does not expect you. The leader who wins makes many calculations before the battle. The leader who loses makes few. Chapter 7, Maneuvering an Army. Maneuvering is dangerous. Unite the army spirit. Use banners and gongs for control. Do not repeat the tactics which gained you one victory, but let your methods be regulated by the infinite variety of circumstances. Chapter 8, Variation of Tactics. The general must adapt to 5 faults and know when to advance or retreat. Adapt to 9 situations. Chapter 9, The Army on the March. Observe enemy signs. Camp on high ground, sunny side, near water. Understand troop psychology. Chapter 10, Classification of Terrain. Know 6 kinds of ground and 6 leadership calamities. Know terrain as well as the enemy. Chapter 11, The 9 Situations. 9 types of ground require adapted tactics. In desperate ground, fight to the death. Chapter 12, Attack by Fire. 5 ways to use fire. Prepare conditions and follow with assault if advantageous. Chapter 13, The Use of Spies. Armies rise or fall on foreknowledge. 5 kinds of spies are crucial. What enables the wise sovereign and the good general to strike and conquer, and achieve things beyond the reach of ordinary men, is foreknowledge. In essence, The art of war teaches that true power lies in intelligence, preparation, adaptability, and restraint, fighting only when victory is assured, and preferably without ever drawing the sword. Its lessons remain razor-sharp. In any competition, the one who thinks deepest, deceives smartest, moves fastest, and conserves most usually prevails.